Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Angry Wookie Vlog. And today we'll be talking about my review for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And my reviews usually consist of me just talking about the game and things I noticed, some things I experienced, and my opinions on the game. So let's get right to it. So first off, I love the game. I find it was very well done, very well executed. The detail on some of the detail on the water, the rain, the environments are very well polished. I can lose myself in that lure, just not even killing anything, just running around. It is really beautiful. I like how the environment reacts to itself. Like if you just stop for a few minutes and look at the game while, like the trees, you'll see trees moving slowly. You'll see them moving with the wind. Not everything reacts to you. Like I've noticed only the patches where you can actually hide will react to you. Like some grasses will react to you. Like when you brush up or run on it, it will react to you. I do like how the combat in the game really forces you to relearn certain aspects. Like if you're coming into this from like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, even Neo, even though that's not a From Software game, it's very reminiscent of the Souls formula. You still kind of have to relearn a little bit. I'm not saying your Dark Souls skills won't have an effect in the game, but you definitely have to relearn certain things in the game. You have to be more cautious, sometimes more aggressive within the game than you usually are. And I find I'm not usually all that cautious in Dark Souls. Like I just run and gun pretty much. I do like how they place the level up mechanics, because in previous titles you only have one thing to worry about: your souls. Not in this one. You have to worry about two. So if you die, you lose a great chunk of your souls and your currency, which is Zen, or is it Sen? Money. So let's say you had somewhere around 1,500. You get knocked down to like 865 money. And same thing with your XP. So say you're close to the end, you'd be now at half to completion of one bar. There's not really much variety in enemy types. Like you'll be fighting the same kind of enemy, same looking enemies pretty much throughout the whole game. Now, where it does vary is they will use different weapons against you. Some will have torches and a sword, and those with torches will alert. They'll just yell at the top of the line, waving their torch around to alert nearby hostiles. Then they'll use the torch, and kind of their combos will try to put you on fire. And at first, I was like, no, I don't want to fight these. I was like, no. And eventually I just learned that they're not really all that tough. And then they have ones with like these great big mallets and archers, which are characteristically not tough in any Souls game. Like they are weaker and weaker than dirt. But that does not mean that they will not do a lot of damage to you if they hit you. They do. And they get very annoying at certain parts of the game. Especially when you're up against a big mob of enemies and then you have like 2 archers. It is ridiculously punishing at that point. I do like how they have the boss varieties are very nice. Even the miniature bosses, like the very first one you encounter has that big Murakumo kind of sword, and you have to figure out how to fight him. It's fun. But you don't want to you also have more of those samurais that wear like that. How can I put this? Have that kind of straw stuff on them and that straw hat. Those guys are typically a little bit tougher. We do get those big sumo guys that round in the game, and they become a little bit hard to fight. But they are relatively sluggish, so you can cheese them a little bit. And then you have other mini bosses, which I'm not going to spoil in this review. The only reason I mentioned the first mini boss is because he's relatively beginning of the game, and you're going to come across him whether I say anything or not. So, in other Souls games, you can level up. And that level up allows you to go into different stats like vitality, strength, luck, arcane, and all that stuff. You don't get that here. So anytime you complete a level up bar, let's say 1, and then you can use that to go and go acquire a skill. And the skills I thought were nicely done. It does contribute to your playstyle. I made a big mistake on my playthrough. Is I was trying to unlock every single one, and it does increase quite a bit. Like by the time I got to the final boss, I was up to like 22,000 XP to do it. Now you'll be looking like, oh my god, that's a lot. We're never gonna get our stuff. You can. The end of the game, everything towards the end of that game is increased. So you get like, I think the enemies towards the end of the game give you like somewhere around 625 XP. Now that's not for every single area in the game, but mostly for the immediate area. Well, you'll get that XP increase, and you can get those skills if you want to take the time to do so. The next thing is vitality. Now you can increase your vitality excuse me, by collecting prayer beads. Now you need 4 of them. So they are a collectible resource, but the collecting portion of it is finite. You have to defeat mini bosses also to get them. Some main bosses will give them to you, but mainly just mini bosses. Now the things from the mini bosses I loved is that you actually get skills. Excuse me. The mini bosses give you either prayer beads or skills, but they will give you also abundance of XP. Now one of the mechanics, because I never ran into this, because I was like, I gotta heal these guys, I gotta heal them. So I was using up every dragon droplet to reverse the rock, but it doesn't seem like anybody actually dies from it. Like there's so many times I've just died like so many times, and nothing happens. They just keep on going. Now some NPCs will die throughout certain parts of the game. No major NPCs really, but there are multiple choices which do impact NPCs, which I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do any spoils in this video. These are just my thoughts and opinions. As far as like bosses, they really take time to beat. Like Genichiro, the first time I fought him, took me 3 or 4 days to beat him. Then I think the Guardian Ape took me like 4 hours, give or take, to beat. I do like the use of the grappling hook, because I think that does change up gameplay a lot. because you can use that grappling hook to get on top of it. Even if they notice you, you can get up top of a building, loop around so you're not so backed into a wall, and then just rinse and repeat, or get to places you wouldn't think you can get, but it does change gameplay a lot. Also, you can use it in boss fights to grab up closer to him and do kind of like a stun and get a one hit in. I do like the prosthetic tools we get. The umbrella, the firecrackers, the axe. The axe is actually useful because there's some enemies that have shields, and you need that. You don't need it. You can get around them. It's just a little bit more irritating without it. So because if you use the axe and break, that's how I think how the game was designed, is that you use the axe to instantly break it, and then you can do a death blow on them. There are other, and the items you get in the game can also change the impact of the game. Like for instance, getting divine confetti can be used to use against ghostly beings or undead beings. I definitely love the underwater mechanics. It would have been so easy for them to use the underwater mechanics to force you to constantly go up. I can understand why they didn't after experiencing some levels. I can see why they chose not to say, "Oh, we're gonna give you like most games, we're gonna give you an oxygen bar. That oxygen bar depletes and it goes down your health." And I can understand that why they didn't do it. It would have probably irritated so many people to the point where I'm pretty sure people have already gotten irritated with the game. But it would just add that extra level of irritation. I don't think they wanted to do that. That, and I think it would be kind of irritating because you have so many levels where you have to be underwater, and it would just be too tedious. So I appreciate that. What else can I say about the game? I didn't think they would have this, but they do have like a Ninja Gaiden, like jump off the walls and go like this, all the way up. Enemy types. I think we talked a little bit about that. Let me go a little further. So the generic enemy types will be kind of like brown, wearing like brown armor. Then the ones above that would be like wearing, like I said, the straw outfits. Then you have spear enemies, which you do have to be a little bit more tactful with that. And then you have mini bosses that use the spears, and they become a nightmare. Then you have the purple warriors, or as I call the Kempo warriors, because they use mainly kicks. Those guys I'll never feel comfortable fighting, ever. Even when they become mini bosses, I'll never feel comfortable fighting them. Like if you watch one of my streams, like I'm actually in a doorway, like waiting for it, because he won't go past the doorway, and wait for him to retreat. Attack. He attacks again. I attack. I think I was just actually using Mortal Blade, just like Mortal Blade, Mortal Blade, Mortal Blade, because Mortal Blade actually goes past your goes past the enemy's block defenses. It doesn't do like an incredible amount of damage, but it still wings them down. What else can I say about the game? So I love the longevity because you can definitely spend, for my playthrough, at least a month in the game trying to collect all the all the little knickknacks, all the gourd seeds, all the abilities, finding all the NPCs and doing their quest lines. Yes, there are quest lines, NPC quest lines in this game. I'm not sure about some of them towards the end. Maybe that'll be something I'll experiment with at a later point. Definitely a fun game. Now, would I recommend this game to everyone? No. This game does require a lot of patience. A lot. And it's really going to depend on the player. Now, would I say, hey man, go pick this up right now? No. I would say rent it if you can see it at like a red box and see if it's, and try it for yourself. But I would say this game is a very good game, very worthy being somebody's collection. I'm happy to have it in my collection. I mean, I've had non-stop fun with it. I've never been disappointed in a From Software game. Ever since Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, I've never been disappointed in a From Software game. Granted, they've done other games other than Dark Souls. They've done the Armored Core series, and I have never played those. But my expertise or I shouldn't say expertise, but my time came from when they were doing the Soul series. I think that's about it. So, what will I rate this game? Well, my rating system is a little different than most people's. I usually give it, depends on enjoyability. A lot of the score I give it depends on enjoyability and function. And the game, since day one, never crashed on me. I never experienced like lag. I never experienced frame rate drop. I never experienced a glitch that broke my console. It ran very smoothly. So I would have to give this game at least a 9 out of 10. Just on how well it was made, graphics, mechanics, replayability, enjoyment, and how well it functioned. So this will be my final. So my final score is 9 out of 10, which is a great, awesome game. Awesome. I hope this video was found. Hope you guys found this video informative. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys can go down in the comment section below and let me know how I did on this very first YouTube review. It's not my first review, but it's my first actual YouTube review. Let me know how I did, if there's anything I can improve on, or any information that I did not convey, or anything I didn't cover on this review. Please let me know. I want to hear from you guys. You guys are awesome. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification button right next to that subscribe button. And if you guys can do me the biggest favor, I mean, this is huge favor. Keep reaching for your stars. Keep making your dreams happen. And I'll see you guys on the next Angry Wookie Show. Love you guys. See ya.